Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Chidalomoke and I'm a faith and lifestyle content creator. Yes, so if you were a first-time subscriber, thank you for coming to my channel today, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you. You are the real VIP. Thank you for supporting my page, and please, if you have not subscribed, just before we start this video, I'm going to encourage you to please subscribe to my channel. And if you do like this video, in the end, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post a video you can see it. All right. So guys, today I'm gonna be showing you guys one of my homemade face toner recipe, which is for today's video the rice water face toner, guys. So these are some of the recipes that I have used over the years as a product formulator. So that is something you need to know about me. I'm a product formulator. I have my own skincare brand that is still in the small business stage. It's still growing. I have some clients or customers here and there, but the business is still growing. It's not yet where I want it to be, but it's something that I do. All right, so yeah, I started formulating out of passion to treat my acne prone skin. So I can show you some pictures here and here from when I used to have very bad acne, and of course it caused a lot of spots and hyperpigmentation on my face. And I just started formulating, and then of course I did some trainings to be better at what I do, and it's been amazing being a formulator. Being able to produce my own products from scratch is just amazing. So it's part of the content I want to be doing on YouTube, to grow my channel, because I noticed a lot of people want to know what to do. I mean, skincare products are so expensive. Whether you want to go the organic route or you want to go with store-bought products, they are expensive. And as a formulator, I'm going to tell you, before I used to argue then when I would try to purchase organic products, and they'll be telling me face mask 5,000. That was then, no, not even now, not now, then, like 7 years ago. They'll tell you face mask 5,000, face cream, I'm like, for what, and all that. But now as a formulator, I get it. So guys, without much ado, I'm gonna show you guys how I make this homemade rice water toner. But mind you, this is not the one that I sell. This is what I make for myself when I just feel like doing stuff for myself, DIY. But when I want to formulate for sale, I go into much more details. But these are just simple homemade recipes. Even then, there are still some tweaks here that may not still be very easy for homemade products, right? So like for instance, it contains lactic acid, it contains citric acid. Those are basically to balance the pH of this particular product, still kind of making it a little bit taking it out of the whole simple homemade recipe, because I mean, not everybody knows where to get citric acid and stuff. But I would say, if you just want to make this, like make it just a normal DIY homemade recipe, just make your rice water, but you may need to be putting it in the fridge. But because it's for me and I'm not making it to film a video, I want to make something that would give me like a more effect on my skin, and then of course last. Because fridge, like, how cold is your fridge? Some refrigerators are not very cold, and you can't put it in the freezer, it will freeze, and most time freezer will just spoil your formulation. So if you know you want to make it last for 1 or 2 months, you may need to find how to get a preservative. And then I added vitamin E. Okay, I forgot to add vitamin E for this recipe. I may just add after this video. There's vitamin E, there's citric acid and lactic acid. Those are chemical exfoliant, but then it's very little because this is a leave-on product and you don't want to use alpha hydroxy acids like a lot of it. So I use them basically to balance the pH. That's why it's very little of it that is in this product. And then there is the essential oils, very important. I use for this particular recipe, I use only lavender essential oil and tea tree essential oil, which are both good for acne prone skin. Tea tree for the acne, and then lavender for soothing and repair and all that. Okay, so yeah, and then there's the rice water, witch hazel, and rose water, both of which are very good for acne. Witch hazel is very expensive. Rose water, not so expensive, but instead of just going in with all my rose water into the product, I'll just rather to use rice water, which is a basic staple that is in my house. I just need very little. use the water, then add a pinch of rose water, a pinch of witch hazel, just to get those effects from them, and then essential oils and all that. So like I play around with this because I'm a formulator. Formulating is like food, so you can cook your rice with your love today, fried rice tomorrow. No, like I just play around with it. There are sometimes I use half water, half rose water, half this, half that. So so for this particular recipe, this is more of a rice water recipe because every other ingredient is just in little bits. Okay, so let's get into it. So I'm gonna be making just a 250 ml batch because my bottle is a 250 ml. Like I said, this is for personal use. I'm not selling it, so I'm not making a large batch. So just a handful of rice will do. Any kind of rice, really. Like I'm not want to say it must be basmati rice, must be white rice, blah, blah, blah. Rice is rice. So you just want to wash that out. Make sure you take some time to really wash it clean, and then you transfer it into your jar, which has also been washed thoroughly, because at the end of the day, you don't want germs, you don't want bacteria to begin to grow in your product. So make sure everything is clean. Then you transfer your rice into your jar. The next is to add, I used hot water, not so hot, but I boiled it a little bit. Yes, and you let this sit for at least 6 hours so that you can just get all that vitamins out. But I'm gonna tell you, this one stayed though, it almost fermented. But just soak it in for as long as possible, but don't let it sour. So here are some ingredients that I'll be using, so I'll list everything in the description. So it's always important to sanitize your containers and tools you're working with, which is what I'm doing now. I've already put in the alcohol and I'm wiping it off just so everything is neat and rid of bacteria and stuff like that, guys. So basically I'm gonna put all the ingredients. They all have different benefits. I don't know, maybe in another video I will probably list out, because I don't really want this video to be long. So I'm just gonna add everything: rose water, witch hazel, essential oils. The lactic and citric acid that I added is to aid with both chemical exfoliation and also to just balance the pH of the toner. Basically that's what they are there for. So it's just very little bit. So guys, let's do this. So yeah, now I'm trying to test the pH and I notice it's not very high. It's still between 5 and 6. So I added a little bit more lactic acid, but that wasn't doing the trick for me. And I was kind of rushing this particular day because it was a morning, like I was getting ready for work and all. So I just brought out the citric acid. I tried to do it, but I would recommend, before you do this, like mix the citric acid in half part citric acid and half part water before you add it. I think that's probably why it wasn't really giving me the result I needed, and I really needed to leave the house as soon as possible. So I just mixed everything together and I poured it into the container. So now your rice water face toner is ready. If you don't want to add all those ceremonies, you can just make your rice water, but you may have to be putting it in the fridge. But for me, I prefer to add some of those things. I even forgot to add vitamin E, which helps to extend the shelf life. So I prefer to add it, and then also of course with the preservative, so I don't need to put it in the fridge. So this toner can last 2 to 3 months for me if I don't put it in the fridge, and that's because I've already added preservative. So this is one of the ways that I use it. So I just spray it all over my face, especially if I've not used makeup this period. So I just spray it on my face, use my finger to dab, and then allow it to dry before I apply my remaining skincare. So when I really want to go deep into cleaning my skin, especially when I've used makeup and after washing my face, I want to make sure that I get rid of all the dirt. I prefer to use cotton wool. I spray that into the cotton wool, and then I wipe in circular motion. Both process is good, but I prefer this anytime I have used makeup, because this really kind of gets into your skin properly. And anytime you're done, you can feel your skin. You will see that your skin is very soft and plump, and then you can start going in with your serums and moisturizers. Yeah, so we have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And if you love DIY skincare recipes and stuff like that, and you want me to film this kind of video, like more of it, drop me a comment in the comment section. Ask me questions, okay? Let me know what you think. Is this a recipe you're gonna try? Have you tried it before? What results did you get? Just ask me questions. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments so that I would know if you love this kind of video. If I get enough views on this video, I know you love it, then it means I'm gonna create more. But if you don't give me views, and if you don't even say anything, I might feel like my audience don't like it and I may not create it again. Please encourage me, drop your comments, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, tag your friends that need to watch this kind of video. If you have acne prone skin, you've been struggling with acne for a long time, and you feel like skincare products are too expensive and you want to try recipes by yourself, stay tuned on this channel. And please don't forget to drop me comments, because I may drop a recipe that will be a game changer for your skincare. Okay, you can see my skin. That's why a lot of times I love to film without makeup, so you can see my skin here. So you know that if my skin is not doing well, to show you, it will be showing. All right, so thank you so much once again, and bye.